This is beef stroganoff. It's one of your favorite trail meals, and I've been able to elevate it on the top of Chimney Rock here on North Fork Mountain Trail in West Virginia. Let's get cooking. Hey, Chef Corso, Outdoor Eats. I'm here to put you on the path to amazing meals on your outdoor treks, and I am on top of a thing here in West Virginia. And joining me today is Janice.
Hello.
Hello, new trail friend. We'll tell a little bit more about her story in a second, but we are on the top of, where are we?
Chimney Top on the North Fork Mountain.
Chimney Top on the North Fork Mountain in West Virginia, outside of, what are the towns around us? Like Petersburg,
Franklin, Seneca Rocks.
Seneca Rock, a couple hours away from DC, a couple hours away from Pittsburgh. So like kind of in this convergence zone in the Smoky Mountains here, right? Are we still in the Smokies?
Technically the Shenandoah, like, Ridge area, yeah.
Well, we got to get our mountains right. So
yeah.
Closer to the Shenandoah than just the Smokies.
Yeah.
But what we are doing here today is we are making beef stroganoff. Yes. So did you guys know that beef stroganoff is the most popular flavor for all the packaged meals? The Schmack Schmacker Pantry, the Schmountain House, all that kind of stuff. The #1 seller is beef stroganoff. So you guys love eating beef stroganoff out of a bag for some reason. It really hits outside you know, beef stroganoff is a great classic hearty dish. And so what we're doing today is we're going to elevate it. And I've already made this recipe, and we have a great stroganoff recipe on the website right now. And if you want to watch this video, I did like 2 or 3 years ago of one of the first videos I actually did for Outdoor Eats, where I went to the bushes in the Pacific Northwest and made beef stroganoff with beef jerky and real ingredients. And it was really, really tasty. But I've made this recipe now multiple times over the last few years, and I found a way to add even some other ingredients in here to make it even better.
Excellent.
Yes, so we're going to do that today. You're going to help me on the rocks here. And as you guys know, I love finding rocks and stumps to cook on. This is pretty level, which is nice and pretty stable. So this is really, really good. And then, so this ridge back here, what is that?
North Fork Mountain.
So North Fork Mountain, and then there's the North Fork Trail, right?
Yeah, and it's roughly 25-26 miles on the ridge line.
Nice. That sounds like a very achievable weekend or long weekend.
Yeah, it's a hiker's paradise, really. A hidden gem, though. People don't really know about it yet, so hopefully after you cook this exquisite meal.
Now you do. Awesome. So let's take a look at our ingredients for our elevated, even more elevated beef stroganoff here today on the rocks. Yeah, pretty place to make some lunch here. So here are our ingredients for our beef stroganoff here today. So we have some Italian style egg noodles, and you can easily use the curly egg noodles that stroganoff usually has, but I'm taking it up a little bit here with our Italian style egg noodles. Beef jerky, star of the show. We have milk powder, we have garlic powder, and a little bit of mustard. And from the classic recipe, which looks a little bit like this, you can see some of the ingredients that we already have. But the ingredients that I've found to really make this extra good, and Janice, if you want to open up that bag for me and dump the ingredients into that bowl. What's in this magic bag? And okay, we've got some herbs in there, a bunch of dry stuff. Oh. Wow, what is that? Okay, that looks good. All right, so yep, perfect. So we have some dried mushrooms, we have some French's fried onions, and we have some Parmesan crisps, which are these kind of freeze-dried Parmesan pieces. And I also foraged some rosemary and thyme from a garden the other day. So as far as our base ingredients, it's still egg noodles, water, beef jerky, some milk powder, and some seasonings. But then with these 3/4 ingredients, these are all going to hydrate up and give us some really great body and really great flavor, and hoping that it's going to make our trail crew happy here today. The other thing you can add, this is a special order, is some Worcestershire sauce powder. Just a little bit will give us a little bit of nice complementary flavor in there with all of our rich ingredients. So let's start cooking this up on top of Smoky Top. Where are we?
Chimney Top.
Chimney Top. We've got Smoky on the mind. All right, you ready to cook this thing up?
Oh yeah.
All right, let's do it. So first things first, we're gonna get some water in our pot. Okay, and if you wanna grab the beef jerky and start to rip some of that into our pot here. And while you're doing that, I'm gonna start to add our dried mushrooms, our French's onions, and our Parmesan crisps. Great. Yeah, well, we're cooking for, I don't know, three people here today, so make sure it's nice and beefy. Great. Oh, man, that's already looking pretty darn good. Yeah, maybe one more piece in there. Cool. All right, let's get our burner going. Very, very strong. And I'd rather just add a little bit and maybe add a little bit more later. Awesome. Cool. We'll start with that. Smell my finger.
Zesty.
Smells like Worcestershire sauce. Weird. So, just getting that all nice and soft. Get that up to a nice simmer, and give that a minute or two for all those things to get nice and soft. So, Janice, how long have we known each other?
Well, I just met you on Friday.
Yeah. So it's been like 3 days.
Yeah, but I've been following your channel for 9 months.
Thanks for following.
Yeah, since we've been out here at the North Fork Mountain Inn, you know, we've been really excited to try to cook outside because we like to hike out here.
Nice. So Janice and her partner Nadia are the innkeepers and proprietors of North Fork Mountain Inn, and they invited me out. They're putting me up for the last couple nights. Man, we've got some bugs flying in here
They're smelling the stroganoff.
They're seriously smelling the stroganoff. Well, you know, show must go on. But it's a really, really great jumping off point for some day hikes, or it's actually right in the middle of the North Fork Mountain Trail, which is really awesome if you want to extend it over a couple of days, or you need a spot to have a shower and a meal. It's a really, really great spot for this region, and I've really enjoyed it. And something that I've learned about this region is it's really diverse. It's got some beautiful rivers and streams, some really dense deciduous forests to be able to hike through. When this video comes out, there'll be some great leaves and some leafer action. So if you want a different place than going up to the northeast, then come to West Virginia and check out the North Fork Mountain Lodge and the whole region. It's super, super pretty.
Great. How we doing in here?
Just coming up to a simmer. So our cheese and our onions are already started to break down. Those mushrooms are starting to look pretty good too. Smelling good already. So let's open up our noodles. I'm probably gonna need about half that bag in there. And I do a lot of these videos by myself, but it's just so much more fun to cook with somebody else. I love seeing things, peeking things, and making a great meal when I'm there. But it's just so much more fun to do it with a new trail buddy.
When your trail buddy can open the food.
Well, it's okay. It takes a village sometimes. Oh yeah. You see, the trick is you just stab it with a knife. There you go.
Thank you.
Chef trick for you. Just stab it with a knife.
All right.
Perfect. So once you bring it over here, and we'll do this together so we don't spill. Give too many noodles to the squirrels today. Oops, there's one. All right, we'll do about half of this. So this recipe is really easy to scale up or scale down. So if you're just cooking by yourself and needing one portion, you can definitely do that. Or you are cooking for 4, 6, 8 people on the trail. Or while base camp cooking, if you are a hunter and you're making your own jerky, it would be a really, really great spot to use that, whether that's, bear or venison or elk. Really, really awesome and to elevate it even more. Come on in a little bit closer here. So you might be noticing that I don't have a ton of water in here, right? I'm not having this huge cauldron of water in order to cook up our noodles. And the reason for that is sometimes water is pretty scarce on the trail. You need to conserve it. But for this, I actually want to keep that moisture in the pot and for our starch from our noodles to help thicken up our sauce. So we're not actually going to dump any of this water. We're going to keep it in the pot. And, you know, if you go a little bit light, you can always add more. That's coming together pretty nicely already. We're going to put a lid on it. Let that simmer nicely. So in this area, what else is there to see besides just the North Fork Trail?
Seneca Rocks is a very unique rock formation that's popular for the rock climbers and hikers as well. And then fly fishing is very popular here. We're at the south branch of the Potomac River, so very good fly fishing. Petersburg is home of the golden trout, so it's a mutated rainbow trout, so pretty cool fish that you can see right from the shore. They're very vibrant. Cool. Yeah, we love it out here. You know, it's outdoor paradise.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. I've really enjoyed being out here for the last few days. I've never been to this specific pocket of kind of the convergence of the north and the south before, but it's been really nice. And you know, even yesterday it was kind of rainy and moody, and the clouds and the mist were rolling through the canyons, and that was just a really nice tranquil spot. So, you know, even if the weather isn't amazing, it still provides some really nice experiences. Oh man, that is smelling really good. So I'm getting to the bottom here so we're not sticking. That cheese can get a little bit sticky at the bottom. Wow, those mushrooms.
I can smell it from here.
Yeah, it's smelling really good.
I might attract a bear or something, gosh.
Yes, I mean, it is always nice to share a meal with a friend, but maybe not a bear buddy. So let's check our noodles and see how we're doing here. Nope.
Still al dente.
Still al dente, so not quite there yet.
Very tasty.
Yeah, still a little crunchy. That's okay. But really important to taste your food along the way to see how it's doing. So with that in mind, I'm going to add a little bit more water, because those noodles are soaking it up, which is a good thing. Wow, really good taste, really good flavor. And you know, the one thing you might be noticing with this recipe is I haven't added any salt yet, and I probably won't. And the reason for that is the jerky has a ton of salt in it already. The French's fried onions have some salt in there. The Parmesan crisps have salt in there. So you don't always have to knee-jerk reaction to add salt. Really important to taste your food along the way, both inside and outside, in order to make sure that you're not over-salting it or over-spicing it. You can also add a bouillon cube in here too to make it even beefier. But I think we're gonna have enough flavor with our extra add-ons. And also, you know, if you are a forager out there too, if you've got a stash of chanterelle mushrooms that you had this year or morels this year, this is a great opportunity to be able to use them in a really great rustic fall pasta dish.
This is going to be the best jerky ever.
This is going to be the best jerky ever. So while we're waiting for the last of our noodles to boil, this is a nice 360 pano view of our mountaintop here today. All right, let's check it out. I think we're just about done here. Oh yeah, nice and bubbling. I'm gonna turn my heat to pretty low. And so, Shanice, if you can grab our non-fat milk powder out of that container. And quick tip for you guys, this was a container that I got my toothbrush in. Yep, just reusing some things I have around the house. Pretty handy for adding it to some trail meals. And remember to put like a couple tablespoons in there. Got me a little bit more. There you go. And I'm gonna add a little bit of our thyme here. A little bit of rosemary if you like. And the last thing I'm gonna add here is a little bit of mustard. And if you do find a Dijon mustard packet, that is the best. It's kind of hard to find. But a little bit of mustard is gonna complement some of our flavors in there and give us a little bit of an acidity. It's really easy packing as well. If you don't want to pack a mustard packet, you can pack some dry mustard. or a little bit of apple cider vinegar powder, or excuse me, apple cider vinegar or apple cider vinegar powder, that is out there too. And just give that a nice stir to get some creaminess in there with our milk powder, thickening up nicely. Yeah, that's what you want for your stroganoff, right? She'll get the feel. And so let's see what we've got here. Big old pot of beef stroganoff. Elevated once and elevated twice. So let's give this a try and see. Make sure to get some turkey and mushroom in there.
Noodles.
It's gonna be hot. So what does that taste like for you? And you've made the regular stroganoff recipe before. So how does this compare?
Savory.
Very savory.
Very good. I wouldn't even know that it was beef jerky.
That's awesome.
You know, it's moist, it's tender, it's savory. It's very good.
Nice.
I'm going in one more time.
Yeah, for sure. Man, it's super tasty.
I know.
That smells so good.
Hey, you want a bite?
Yeah.
Yeah, come on in. Yeah, come on right over here.
Yeah.
So we have beef stroganoff here on the top of the rock. What's your name?
Lexi.
Hi, Lexi.
Hey. Hi.
Do I know you?
No.
How long have I known you?
Like 30 seconds.
I mean, we met at the trailhead and we were like leapfrogging each other, like up and down.
Yeah.
But did you know you're gonna have lunch up here at the top of the mountain today?
I did not.
How was it?
Excuse me, this is delicious. It definitely beats granola bars and Uncrustables and anything else. So this is a wonderful surprise.
So make sure to get a mushroom and beef jerky in there. Kind of the stars of the show.
Yeah.
But guys, you never know when Chef Corso is gonna show up at the trailhead and cook you a meal. So be on the lookout.
Best hiking buddy. That's delicious, isn't it?
Nice. Well, good. I'm glad you like it. It's one of my favorites. It's a classic for all you guys out there, but definitely an elevated version of it. Cooks up in about 10 to 15 minutes. Really, really tasty option. But again, like I was saying earlier, it's way more fun to share it with a trail buddy and even some new trail buddies.
Yeah, totally.
Dig in.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, well, that's a wrap on our extra elevated beef stroganoff here at the top of a mountain in West Virginia. But get out there, try this recipe this fall, find a new trail buddy to eat with, but get out there. Boga boga.